In recent years, the indie game scene has become astronomically large. Platforms like Steam Greenlight and Kickstarter that promote early access to games allow game devs to showcase what they have to offer and get support for their projects. Without a publisher, indie developers have complete creative freedom. Their game doesn't have to appeal to mainstream audiences. With that freedom comes tons of audacious and experimental projects. Some projects like Dear Esther and Gone Home stray so far from the given formula of making a game that some people don't even consider them games, and rather interactive experiences. No matter what they're considered, ambitious experiments in the interactive medium are what keep gaming so fresh. One of my favorites from the past few years is Proteus. Free will, the apparent human ability to make choices that are not externally determined. Freedom is one of the major factors in playing a game. It's what presents a challenge and gives satisfaction to completing that challenge. You made the choice to duck, dodge, shoot, whatever. If it weren't for the player making decisions and the constraints of the rules, it would diminish the entire point of experiencing the game firsthand. The player is given a number of choices to make, be it 3 buttons to click or millions of points to fire at. The player is the one making these decisions, being influenced only by what they decide to be influenced by. When there are no set rules or limitations to abide by, the player is obligated to determine what they can and cannot do, delving even deeper what they should and shouldn't do. Characteristic of being human is a search for gratification, as well as curiosity, always searching for an answer. No matter what the situation, be it a video game or a sport, our brains always have the same goals, bending to fit the circumstances. Having a whole world to discover and make sure of your own safety is overwhelming to any person, especially when confronted with these concerns all at once. Proteus is a phenomenal example of all the conditions that bring to light all these subjects. The player must explore to unearth any purpose in playing. They have the urge to discover whether any sense of accomplishment is to be had while spending their time playing. They have the freedom to explore whatever they please. As they continue searching, the player forgets what they were even searching for in the first place. The minimalistic design is enough to give you an idea of the world, but leaves enough leeway for your imagination to fill in all the blanks and fill out this coloring book of an island. Most games center around giving the player an objective and having them complete that objective through whatever way the game will let them. When you remove all objectives, playing a game becomes more of an experience in what will the player do when given complete and utter freedom. The most likely outcome of this is the player coming up with their own objectives. One of the most appealing factors to open world games like Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row is the ability to do whatever you want. Even then, the imagination of the player doesn't run too far, as there are countless side missions, activities, and the likes. The sheer amount of detail put into the world doesn't leave much of the imagination. In Proteus, there's none of that. It's the player in the world, nothing to do except whatever you want to do. With plenty to discover and experience, Proteus becomes a test of what interests you most in a world filled with limits but infinite possibilities. Things that may be trivial in other games become absolutely more enthralling. When the player isn't having constant prompts to "try this activity" shouted at them, the anxiety of having that one mission to complete goes away and allows them to become at peace with themselves and the world around them, creating a feeling of zen. Proteus lets its players enjoy themselves and the world around them to their own accord, and allows them to get however fulfilling an experience they can out of it. Proteus is an astounding experiment in the notion that everyone can get a different experience out of a singular product. This is a game nobody should miss and is available on the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 3, and PC. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe and check out my other stuff. It's really more helpful than you'd think.